My name is Catherine Moravec, and I work for Colorado Springs Utilities as a water conservation specialist. Well, Xeriscape is just simply a really smart approach to landscaping that's based on landscaping techniques, watering practices, and plant choices that are adapted to our local soils, our climate, and our limited water resources. I think that one of the common things that we see is that people get really overwhelmed because it can seem like a giant project. You don't know where to start, you don't have very much familiarity with the topic. So one way to overcome that is to simply start with certain areas of your yard, or maybe just even choosing one area and working on that. And as you learn from that one area, you can take that knowledge and that experience and then tackle other parts as well. When you decide to take out grass and you're going to put in another type of landscaping, sometimes people aren't sure what to put in the place of grass because they're not really familiar with other types of landscaping. So if you're going to be removing a large portion of grass, you want to certainly include some other features like dry stream beds, pathways, patios, boulders. And the reason for that is all of those features, they break up the space into more manageable chunks so that it's easier to landscape, but also it helps define the uses of that particular area. I think there's a really common misconception out there that when they say the word Xeriscape, that means removing all of the grass, putting down gravel mulch, and then putting some yucca and cacti into that gravel mulch. And that's really not what Xeriscape is about. Xeriscape is really just more of an approach to landscaping, and that approach can include reasonably sized areas of lawn, especially if that lawn is serving a purpose for the homeowner. Xeriscapes and low water landscapes can be really interesting and really beautiful. There are some outstandingly attractive plants out there that have bright flowers, beautiful colors, great texture in the leaves that really are suited to making a home beautiful. There are such a wide variety of plants to choose from. We can choose native plants that grow here in Colorado. We can choose plants that grow from the native Southwest, desert Southwest. We can choose plants that are native to other parts of the world that also have a semi-arid climate. And because we can source plants from all these different places, we have this huge palette to choose from. It is important to choose plants that will survive at your site. So you need to choose things that will match your cold hardiness zone and the exposure that you've got at your house. Xeriscape really is the ideal option for landscaping homes in Colorado Springs. Number one, because it's taking into account all of the limitations that we live in this climate, our soil types, our limited water resources, and our climate. But in addition, it also takes into account the fact that our community water supply, we have to be really responsible with it. And what we use on our landscapes affects our community's stability in terms of our water supply.